It may look like any other workout.
How's your back right now?
But Todd Van Laere and his trainer Anthony Morando have developed a friendship through the weight room.
It's pretty bold.
Back in 2018, Van Laere was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. A gene mutation made his case highly adverse and required a stem cell transplant at the Mayo Clinic. His brother David was a perfect match, but his treatment was taxing.
You got to stay there for 100 days. But they also told me that I'm going to try to cure you of a disease, but I'm going to give you another disease.
That disease is called graft versus host disease, where the newly transplanted stem cells attack not just the cancer cells, but the healthy parts of Todd's body as well.
I basically lived at Mayo for about 2 years. I had a lot of complications after 100 days. Infections in my back, my hips, my knees. I've had 6 different hip surgeries. I've had both my shoulders replaced. I did all my surgeries in 1 year, had all the replacements in a 1 year time frame. End of 2020 is when I finally started really doing PT.
When Van Laere finally made it back home, he needed a wheelchair. He started doing physical therapy in Grand Forks at a gym where Anthony worked. The two didn't train together, but every day, Morando made it a point to say hello.
The deck seemed like it was stacked against him at the time. So, say what's up. How's it going? If anybody's struggling to any extent, you don't want to see somebody just constantly down. So that's all. Just being a normal human.
That small kindness stuck with Van Laere. And when Morando came to work at Sanford Sports in Grand Forks, Van Laere, who was now out of the wheelchair, sought him out.
When I came walking in the door here, I asked him, I said, "I bet you don't remember me." He's like, "No," and I took my mask, I took my mask down, and he's like, "Holy Todd, oh my God." He says, "I thought you were dead." He said, that's what he said.
He was hurting. Physically could not move. He was masked up. He was in a wheelchair. He had braces on him. No, I didn't know who he was, and then it dawned on me, and I just said, "You look great. This is fantastic."
More than 5 years after his diagnosis, Van Laere is now working out twice a week with Morando, 1 hour per session, building his body back up in order to do what he loves.
Cool.
We've been trying to get myself back to playing golf, which I am. Yeah. I am playing golf now. I like to hunt. I like to fish. I like to walk with my dogs, so it's out there in the field. Just trying to feel normal again, and it's working because I believe that I'm actually stronger now than before 2017.
For his part, Morando knows that Van Laere's workouts need to be tailored to avoid re-injuring his back, shoulders, and hips.
A guy like Todd, you almost become a jigsaw puzzle, especially with all the things that he's been through. And there's certain days when he comes out of here, he's not feeling great. If his back's sore, there's a certain movement in our workout that might not happen that day, and I might have to shift it to something else.
When it's time to train, the two men just click.
All right, what about Brett Favre?
They stop talking sports just long enough to move on to the next exercise.
Yeah, you talk about the
then it's back to their friendship, which is something Van Laere is extremely grateful for.
We have fun. His personality is what makes it fun here. Not just for me, but you see it, with everybody else. My journey started as hospital, but this is where I'm supposed to be now, and finishing my journey with him has been the most important part of this journey, because if I didn't have him, I still don't know if I would be able to do the things that I love to do.
In Grand Forks, Jason Anschutz, Sanford Health News.